What is up, guys? My name is James, and welcome to the Just the Stuff podcast. This is episode 3. So last week, or last episode, was a little interesting because I posted it a couple days before. If you guys listen on the podcast platforms, I posted it there just because it's pretty easy, and then I got pretty busy and forgot to post it on YouTube. So it may have been like a day late if you're on YouTube. So, I mean, it's probably going to be uploaded quicker on the podcast platforms, but I mean, I'll try to get them up at the same time or around that. But yeah, so we have some exciting stuff to cover over the last 2 weeks or so, week or so. But yeah, so it's been a pretty good week for me. I've been, I'm not. I mean, I've been kind of busy lately, and I just really haven't done much in the Lego room. Like I just haven't really. I mean, I've been working and organizing every once in a while, but we're going to talk about some plans here at the end of this episode. But starting off, similar to how we did last episode, we're going to start off talking about Battlefront 2. So, Battlefront 2 received another update, another absolutely insane update. Well, actually, I mean, similar with the amount of content we got as the last one. So, in this one, as you guys can see in that picture, we got the Imperial ISB agent, that stands for like Imperial Security Bureau, as well as Ewoks, both as reinforcements. So, the Ewok has like a bow and arrow that's like explosive. So that's pretty cool. I've played a fair amount of them, and like the Ewok is like good, but like I don't think I'm using it right because like I've gotten like 5 kills with them and I've played them a lot, but I don't know. I mean, I think there must I don't know. Maybe I just don't know how to play them, but yeah, I don't know. But the Imperial Security Bureau agent or whatever, she's really good reinforcement. Well, actually, sorry, I say that, but I think she's pretty good, but I don't think she's super great. I think her blasters definitely need some buffs. I do like how they're dual wielding, but also she has no real offensive abilities. Like she has the secondary fire that shoots like the ion blast or whatever from her dual wielding pistols, but like she doesn't have like a grenade or something. Like I think she needs a grenade or some sort of ability that can damage people because all her abilities are defensive or help her teammates. So yeah, I don't know, but other things we got in the update include we got some reworks for, well, I guess sort of reworks, but we got the jump trooper for the Empire got the correct skin, and they now have a new blaster, which is like an improved E11, which is like the standard Imperial Blaster, which I really actually like the new Jet Trooper. I love the new skin too. Then we also got a new skin for the Wookiee Warrior with an eye patch. Uh, okay. Nobody asked for that, but we got it. What else did we get? We got Death Troopers. We got a new blaster for them to make it more accurate, and I do think it's really good. I really like it a lot. Speaking of blasters, we got 4 new infantry blasters, which is something that they promised almost over 2 years ago when the game first launched that they would bring blasters to the game or weapons or whatever, and they brought new ones. So we've got the what is it called, like the E11D, which is the Death Trooper blaster for the assault. I really like that one. It has like a good amount of range, where it's like good at medium range, and like if you hit your shots, it's good at close range. So I mean, I like that a lot. Then we got the T-21 from the last game returning from the Battlefront 2015. And that one is really, really good. Like, I really like it. And I haven't even unlocked the burst mode for it, which I heard the burst mode is just like insane. Like, it's like a 1 shot or 2 shot kill to all infantry, which just sounds awesome. So it'll probably get nerfed, but whatever. And then the officer got a blaster, like the DL-18 or the LT8, something like that. I don't know. It was also from the last game. It's fun. It's not super great. I prefer the SE-44C, which is like the fourth blaster you get. Well, yeah, the fourth blaster you get for the officer. It's just I like holding. I mean, spraying and praying. I like just holding down the trigger. But then also the new sniper, like the cycle rifle. I expected it to be like really good, or it might be like the cycler. I don't know. but it's also returning from the last game, and I expected it to be really good. And it's actually not that good. It's like a three-shot kill to the body, and so I don't think I'm using that. Like, and it's not even a one-shot kill to the head. So I'm just gonna use the NT whatever. That's the fourth one. That's really good. Uh, Also, we got co-op in the original trilogy for Battlefront 2. I really like co-op. It's really fun just to get in there and just get a bunch of kills and play as Darth Vader and just like take out the rebels, and like I just love that mode because it's a mode where like if the uh, if the online is just getting too like competitive sometimes, I'll just kind of back out, have some fun in co-op, get a bunch of kills and stuff. And yeah, I really like all the maps in the original trilogy. And so next month we are getting what are we getting? We are getting Capital Supremacy for the original trilogy. Or sorry, it's actually called Supremacy. I keep saying Capital Supremacy, but it's just Supremacy. But yeah, so it'll be coming to Scarif, which I'm super excited about. That was probably my favorite map from the last game. Definitely one of my favorites. I also tried to log on to Battlefront 2015 the other day to try to maybe play some Scarif, but there was like no servers, at least for Battlefront 20, or at least for the Scarif maps, which I was kind of surprised. Like they just made this announcement, nobody going back and playing them. So yeah, I was a little bummed, but that's whatever. But yeah, we got some hero fixes. Leia got a pretty good rework. She's really good now. Chewbacca got a nice buff. He's pretty good now. Boba got a nice buff. He's pretty good. I mean, Battlefront 2 is great right now. I'm really interested to see how long they're gonna support this game because, like, yeah, so it definitely seems like they are putting a lot more developers into this game. But I mean, for all I know, I mean, I don't know how long they're going to support it. I do hope they keep supporting it, but uh, it's a situation where like maybe they're just trying to rush out all this content because the end is near, and so they're trying to fill these requests. Like Blasters was heavily requested, so maybe that's why they waited until now. But I mean, hopefully not, and I don't think so. So yeah, so that is it for Battlefront 2. Again, we got another awesome update coming next month. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to a very, very exciting topic here. The Clone Wars Season 7. Okay, so at the time of filming the last episode, none of them had came out, but now we have had two of them. I'm actually filming this on the day the second one has released, and oh my goodness, it's so good. So this first arc and the next arc, I believe, or like part of the next arc, uh, were released back when the show was canceled as kind of unfinished episodes. So I've seen brief parts of those, but I've never seen them all the way through. Like I knew about the Echo plot line, I knew that he survived and whatnot. But oh yeah, by the way, spoilers. But I mean, I bet you guys have seen that. So, yeah, so I love the Bad Batch, as you can see right in that picture. I love the Bad Batch. I think they're so unique, but it does kind of raise a question that like why aren't all the clones modified, but that's whatever. I love in episode 2, I love the development we get for Rex. I just love that as him and Anakin, like he knows about Padme, and it's also implied that Obi-Wan knows about Padme and Anakin's relationship, so that's interesting. And I just love like even just hearing the Clone Wars theme, like I still can't believe it's back. Like this show, like I mean, like I said in that one video, it shaped my childhood. Like this was, I always watched the Clone Wars, and like I went back and finished watching it for probably the fourth or fifth time. It's just good every time, like I just I mean, and the clones, I mean, were probably up there next to the Jedi for my favorite part of the Clone Wars. And like seeing the clones, just like these were just two solid episodes of just great clone action, and then you get some more Jedi action in the second one with Anakin. I eat that stuff up. It's just insane to have it back. I mean, the animation is stunning. I just can't even believe it. I do like the Echo plot line and stuff. That's kind of cool, I guess. I mean, Echo was one of my favorite characters, so I'm excited to see, like where it goes after this. And then the Siege of Mandalore, I don't think anybody's ready for that. I think it's gonna be insane. But yeah, so again, the Clone Wars is I'm loving it. It's it's just insane, and it's such a blessing that we get to have it for back for this little amount of time. So moving on to our next topic, something that you guys probably not don't know about, but maybe. It is Project Luminous, or now it is the High Republic. So this is a multi-platform or like multi-publishing project that's been going on at Lucasfilm. Been in development for about 4 years, I believe, maybe three or four. And so they announced this back at Star Wars Celebration Chicago that it would be a comics and books kind of multi-giant media. It would be awesome. And they announced what it was. So it'll be set in the High Republic era. So this isn't the Old Republic. This is like in between the Old Republic and like the Phantom Menace Skywalker saga stuff. So this is 200 years before the Phantom Menace. So I do like that time, like the time they chose. I would kind of like to go all the way, like 1,000 years before. That'd be insane. But as you can see, we have an array of Jedi there. I do like just the whole feel. That it said it's gonna be this kind of knights. Like Knights at the Round Table feel, which I'm all in for. I'm excited to see a different version of Jedi, and I have read some Star Wars books in the past and some comics, but I'm definitely gonna try to read some of these at least, and so I'll keep you updated on those. But I think this will lead into the next trilogy. I mean, so they said they're gonna do it now, and so they're getting our first batch at the end of this year, and then this is just phase one. So I mean, you can do phase one, phase two, phase three, and then you can set up the new trilogy, which is gonna come eventually. And it was leaked that this would be what the new trilogy would be based off of. So I really hope that this is what the new trilogy is about, because I mean, this is like I love the whole feel of like the Jedi, and like that's what I loved about the prequels was the whole Jedi thing. And then I mean, we didn't obviously they had to go somewhere because they weren't in the original trilogy, but yeah, so that is what that is. I am really excited for Project Luminous. But let's move on to our next topic here, and this is going to be about Lego Masters, episodes two and three. So these episode two, yeah. So I think we went over episode one. Uh, wait, are we on the fourth episode? I don't even know. I think we're on the fourth episode. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm getting confused. I think this is the fourth episode, or the fourth episode just premiered. So whatever. But I think since we talked, there was one episode that was where it was like a drop test and sort of thing. So you had to build a mock that would be destroyed, and so that was really cool to watch. I do love Will Arnett's banter and whatnot. With it, just I think he's a great kind of host. Really enjoy that. Then let's see what else. Then the next episode was about like so he cut different like objects like in half. So there was like a bike that was cut in half, a computer that was cut in half, a clock tower that was cut in half, and people. Okay, so yeah, so basically they cut stuff in half, and then they had to build the other half and kind of be creative with it and tell a story and whatnot. And there was this like clock tower that was impressive. These guys like so they had half a clock tower, and then they built this other half of the clock tower, which was really cool. There were a lot of cool builds. The guys who went home, I felt really bad for them because their idea was like this. They had like half of a pinata, I think, or something, and they were gonna do like horsepower, and like the back of it was gonna be a car, and it was like a really cool idea. And I kind of liked the guys in the show, and I was like, oh, I really hope they do good. And it didn't really just come together for them, and they sadly had to go home, which was kind of tough, but somebody's got to go home. So I'm rooting for Boone and Iceberg Bricks. They are still alive. I think Iceberg might like sneak up on everybody and win, but I don't know. We're like 4 episodes in, like I already said. And then, oh, actually, the most recent episode. Was like movie themed, so you like ran up and got this thing, and then they'd give you the theme that your build has to be based off of. So it was like mystery, like thriller, comedy. uh what else was there, like kids movie. There, other simple movie genres. But that was also really interesting. Chris Lord and or what's his name, no, I don't know, some I can't remember their names. Chris Lord and Phil. I don't know. Sorry, I can't. The guys who directed the Lego Movie. I sorry, I can't think of their names right now. But yeah, they came on, which was cool. Also, like fun fact, they were originally set to direct Solo, and they directed like half of it, and then Lucasfilm fired them. So, fun fact for you there if you didn't know that. But yeah, so I did enjoy that episode. I'm excited to see what the next episode is about. So yeah, Lego Masters overall, I'm really enjoying it. It's better than I expected it to be. And so yeah, let's move on to the next topic, which is some very exciting Lego sets. So first off, we're gonna move. We're gonna go ahead and one sec. Let me find the picture here. It is the Baby Yoda or the child or whatever, and the Mandalorian brick heads. I found this really cool photo, and it's like see through, so it kind of just like the Baby Yoda and Mando just chilling there. But what that's besides the point. Yeah, so we got brick heads, a dual pack, releasing for $20. Coming out September 1st, I think, which is a little later date, but that's whatever. Yeah, so we got the child, Baby Yoda, whatever you want to call him, took the world by storm. I really like the build. I mean, he's like a little oversized, but like I don't care. I just getting a baby Yoda. And then you got the Mandalorian Din Djarin. Spoiler alert for the last episode. By the way, I love the Mandalorian. It was amazing. One of the best things Lucasfilm Disney has done with Star Wars in the last couple years. But yeah, so these brickheads, I'm buying them day one. $20. That's just like give them to me. Like you can pre-order them now, but I don't think I'm gonna pre-order them. I think I'm just gonna go to my local Lego store and pick them up day one. But yeah, really liking those brick heads. So those were revealed at New York Toy Fair. Another thing that was revealed at New York Toy Fair was the Razor Crest. So this set will be retailing for a bit of staggering price of $130. So yeah, it's pretty expensive, not gonna lie. But I think it would have been better at like 120. But I mean, I think what was Kylo Ren shuttle? Kylo Ren shuttle was 130, and I have that, and I don't feel bad about that because that's a pretty big set though. So yeah, but I mean, this thing I'm buying it probably. I think day one, but I mean we'll have to see obviously. But the minifigures in it are stellar. We got the Grief Karga minifigure. We got the Mandalorian, which I wish it was an updated Mandalorian. You know how he has like his new Beskar armor. I really wish it was that, but that's a shame. And then the child, which we'll get on. I'll show a little picture of him in a minute. But then a little Scout Trooper, which I do like, and I don't have that new Scout Trooper, so that's why I would buy this set too, because it's the new Scout Trooper. And then IG 11, I think is his name. Or no, IG 11. Yeah, IG 80. It's the other guy. Sorry. But yeah, then the Razor Crest itself, I like it. I don't think it's a perfect build, but I think it looks really cool. I mean, it's a dope Star Wars ship. There's like an interior where you can load up carbon freezed people, if that makes any sense. I don't know. But yeah, so I really like this set. So let's go ahead and show off another part of the set, but in more detail. It is the child or Baby Yoda. So this is the minifigure. So Lego has an existing baby on mold that they use in like city sets and stuff like that. So they went ahead and brought that into Star Wars to represent the child, which I think was the logical choice. And I do think it really looks good. I don't know. I think something's weird with the eyes. Like the eyes are pretty big on the child or Baby Yoda, but these just like don't really work perfectly. It's a cute little Lego minifigure, gotta admit, but like I don't know. I don't think it's perfect, but I think it's the best they could have done. I'm a big fan. That's all I gotta say. I really do like that though. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to another thing that was revealed at New York Toy Fair was Dio. So this will be retailing for $70. So that's where this set I think I'm out on. I thought it was retailing for 50, and I was ready to cop it. I mean, you look at the piece count; there are 519 pieces. Uh, Lego, why are we charging $70? I'm just wondering. Like, so the Porg, I think the Porg was $70. I think the BB-8 was 100. Yeah, I think the Porg was. I would much rather get the Porg. That's way more looking like complete looking build than this. I mean, why are we retailing this for $70? Like, it's not gonna sell well, I don't think. But I mean, I mean, besides the point. cool looking model. I do really like it. It's accurate as can be. I mean, I did kind of enjoy this character in The Rise of Skywalker. Fun little addition. I do have the kind of miniature version of him, and I think that mold works fine. So I might be picking up the set. Definitely, if I'm picking it up, it's gonna be on a heavy clearance. And honestly, I didn't even pick up the BB-8 or the Porg, which I really both wanted to get, but I just like never did. So I don't know. Maybe I will pick it up. Maybe not. We'll have to see. But yeah. So moving on to some different stuff, we're gonna talk about a movie I saw. Every week I talk about new movies. Last week it was Toy Story 4 and the Oscars, and then the week before I talked about my top favorite, 5 favorite movies of last year. This week or like a couple weeks ago actually now, I finally saw a movie. It was still in theaters, which is crazy. I finally saw a movie I had on one of my most wanted lists for uh, 2019, and I finally saw it. It is Knives Out, directed by Ryan Johnson, with that star-studded cast. Like I already said, you got just some names like Daniel Craig, Chris Evans, Ana de Armas. I don't even know if I've pronounced that right. I mean, you just got so many other great actors in that, and it's so good. I love this movie. I mean, I'm sorry. I love the Rise. This is probably my fifth, maybe fourth favorite movie of the year. I just love this movie so much. I mean, I'm a big fan of the murder mystery movie concept, and a lot of movies for example, like one I saw a couple years ago was Murder on the Orient Express. I loved that. I didn't think it was perfect, but I mean, this is completely original. I mean, I think Murder on the Orient Express was based on a book, I believe. I hadn't read the book, so I luckily went in blind, but this was completely original, written and directed by Ryan Johnson. Which, by the way, they already greenlit a sequel starring Daniel Craig's Blanc character. I think that's his last name. So yeah, I'm really excited for the sequel. But yeah, so this movie, spoilers ahead if you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it, go see it. But yeah, I mean, this movie from beginning to end, I was locked into the story. I mean, I feel like I'm part of, this family, and I'm, trying to figure out like who did it. And I mean, they kind of reveal to us, the audience, pretty early on who did it. But then, usually you wait till the end to reveal who did it. Usually, you give clues along the way, but they kind of flat out for maybe 25 minutes told us who it was, and I was like, okay, well, there's no way that's it. I mean, there's got to be more to the story, and then it starts revealing itself, and then I mean, it just all unfolds. And again, spoilers here for in a minute, but so Chris Evans' character is kind of this. His character's name is Ransom, and he's like the grandson of the grandfather who gets murdered, and so he's kind of separate from the family, and he's kind of shady, and nobody really likes him in the family. And so as soon as the movie, in the trailers they kind of promote him as the bad guy. They don't though, but so I was like, oh, okay, maybe they're just putting him in there to kind of throw us off. And then they have this innocent Ana de Armas. That's the name of the actress who plays her. I forget the character's name. I'm blanking on it, but whatever. But her character is this kind of sweet, and she's caring for the grandfather, and then she, again, spoilers, is actually not really the one who murders him. Like you think that she's the one who murders him. It's really confusing if you haven't seen it, but I mean, again, spoilers. But like, it's just a crazy story, and like I thought I had the plot figured out, and then just one thing after another, it just gets revealed, and my mind's just like, no, wait, I was wrong about this. Wait, no, this, that. It's just sorry for ranting about that movie, or just ranting on how good it is. It's so good. If you haven't seen it, please go see it. It's an amazing Ryan Johnson movie. I love it. I mean, it's just you can see his passion in the directing in each and every shot of this film. I mean, the cinematography is beautiful. I mean, pretty much the whole story takes place in one house, except for, I mean, there are a couple. They go to this like diner, and then they go to like these different places, but pretty much most of the story is taking place in this one house, and they world build one building so well, and it's just incredible. And I mean, again, an incredible movie. definitely. I mean, honestly, definitely one of my favorite movies of last year. Yeah, I mean, couldn't be more excited for the sequel, whatever that's gonna be like. Okay, so also little movie topic, but this one's kind of just off the top here. That we're gonna be talking about. Hold up. Okay, two movies that are coming out in the next couple weeks to like a month that I'm pretty excited for. So it is Mulan and A Quiet Place Part 2 or Quiet Place 2, same thing. So Mulan, the live action Mulan, that I mean, I mainly put these as the two big movies that are coming over the out over the next month. So Mulan, I'm excited for. I'll probably see in theaters. I think it's gonna be interesting because they took a more cultured take, or they're taking a more cultured take on Mulan the character and respecting the origins of the movie. So there's like no singing in it. They have had to change some love interests or something. Like that little dragon guy from the first movie isn't going to be in, or from the original isn't going to be in it. So I think it's going to be really interesting. But from what I've seen, the action looks pretty stellar. I love some good action. It's the first Disney live action remake actually that is rated PG-13, which is a little bit out of Disney's normal kind of flow of things. So I'm excited though. Also, just kind of on the note of talking about Disney live action remakes, I need to see the new Aladdin remake. It actually came out about a year ago. I think it's like right around a year ago. I really wanted to see it. I just never have told myself to watch it. It's on Disney Plus, and I have Disney Plus. I just gotta tell myself, hey, you're gonna sit down and watch this, and I heard it's pretty good. So, yeah, and A Quiet Place Part Two. I cannot even express how excited I am for this movie. Before making this video, I kind of forgot that this movie's came out because they released this like TV spot like January 1st, and I remember or that was no, that's when the first trailer came out, and I watched that. So excited for that, and there was a couple TV spots, but like I mean, I just kind of forget about it. I love the first one. The first one blew me away. I'm not a big horror guy. In this movie, the first one isn't a big horror movie. It's just like a really intense thriller. And I mean, I went into the theater and I was like, okay, I'm excited to see this movie. I mean, no, not too big expectations, and I was blown away. I mean, it was stellar. The way they use sound in that movie is just it's insane. Like there's like maybe I don't. It's probably under 200 words spoken in that movie. Maybe under 100. I don't know. But I mean, so excited for the second one here. We get some like in the trailers, it shows that we get kind of some shots of what it was like on the first day that the kind of monsters came, and then so it picks up right after the end of the second one. So you get flashbacks as well as the family having to leave the farm because the monsters, attack them and stuff. But yeah, so we're not getting John Krasinski in it, obviously, because spoilers, his character died at the end of the first one. So yeah, but we do see him in some flashbacks, and he is back directing, which I loved his direction in the first one, and I'm very excited to see Emily Blunt in the lead again here. So yeah, that is pretty much. Let me double check here. Yeah, so that is gonna wrap it up pretty much for this episode. Something just kind of quick I'm gonna throw in here is I am hoping in the next couple of weeks that I will be able to make an announcement on the next mock. So yes, I know I said this in the first episode, but I've been talking to Eggy Egghead a little bit, and he's my collaborator on all my mocks and whatnot. And we both think, or we're both still doing some final planning. We're gonna have to get together again soon, and again finalize some plans. But we're getting close, and it's really exciting. I don't think no one's guessed it so far. I don't think anyone will. This is a mock that I don't think any. I mean, maybe a couple people have attempted. I'm so stoked. This is an idea I've had for about about a year and a half, 2 years. So this is a long time coming. I was very happy with Naboo, but um, towards the later end of Naboo, I mean, I loved building it, but I just was really excited about this project. So again, next, I know I said a month ago, like a month ago, but I think we're getting close to that time. I just gotta get some free time to think about how how the video is gonna be announcing it. But yeah, it's gonna blow you guys away. I'm really excited for that. But yeah, on that note, thank you all for watching Just the Stuff episode 3. Again, you can find this podcast on all podcast streaming platforms. Google Podcast, Anchors, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it, it's on there. You either got to look up Just the Stuff or Bricks and Stuff. One of those searches will get you our podcast. So yeah, again, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next Just the Stuff podcast. See you guys.